if you will share with our listeners a story of that really stands out for you, like a success story of a big account that you landed, or a significant moment in your career when you landed an account that you felt very proud of, and how did that happen?
Okay, well, I have several very, very close clients over the years, actually quite a few. And most of the situations that I work with the client is through referrals. The referrals really is based on, could be the client make that referral, make that introduction, or other colleagues who are making that referral. As I think about over the years that I work with the various clients, the key things here is number one, I think to be able to continue to do the best quality work and the kind of work that really add value and really serve their needs. And if I can do that consistently and really listen and understand the client's needs and to be able to offer something that's really unique and that's also meet their requirement and their needs, I think that's that consistency and high quality work. That's the foundation. That's the given. But then the second key element is about relationships. I look at this type of relationship, business relationship is not transactional. It really is long term. So I like to build partnership with my clients and to look at them as something that we can work together over the long haul. It's not just for one meeting, one training, but over the long time, we are strategic partners. And how can I provide the best value for you? It goes beyond vendor and customers. But how can we really truly partner together? And many of the clients that I work with, and the coaching clients as well, that once the coaching engagement is finished, we stay in touch. We continue to touch base. And I have had C-level executives, my middle managers, or high potential clients that I work with, even 20 years later, we're still in touch. So it's that kind of relationship I look at as a long-term kind of connection. And it's a partnership. It's not just short-term transactional type of relationship. And the third piece that I think is really important is the reputation. At this stage in my career, I continue to coach executives and deliver programs, but I'm really focusing on giving back and pay it forward. Okay, so I start looking really closely into the next generation leaders, that what can I do to provide the kind of knowledge and learnings and best practices I have learned as an executive coach, and then make that accessible to them. So to kind of continue to build a brand and help people have access to that kind of information, reputation and relationships and high quality work. I think those are some of the key things that I live by every day. I ask myself, I reflect of every night before I go to sleep. Did I do my best to really live up to that kind of standard? And if I answer yes, and I can sleep well. Okay. And I think a lot of times people talk about this kind of relationship account, but how do you do it? It really is not like you make a one giant deposit and you think, okay, I'm done with that. But it's about little things. We build trust and we express gratitude and appreciation, and we compliment people for their contribution, and we recognize them for what they have done, both in public and in private. And we empathize with people. We put ourselves in their shoes to understand their challenges, and we give their voice equal time and weight. And it's that kind of continuous deposit that we're making into that relationship account. And by honoring their face, make them feel heard and understood and appreciated. Someday, if we need to make a withdrawal, and we're careful not to make somebody lose face. So for example, if we, in a work situation, that if we need to actually provide feedback, and we wanted to make sure that we provide that feedback in a way that save face and preserve their dignity. And if we mistakenly cause them to lose face, and relationship can still be saved if there's enough deposit to cover that withdrawal. I love feedback. I know not everybody loves feedback, but for me, that I think any kind of feedback is a gift. Whether it's people telling me, hey, you know what, this video you made really resonated with me, or this coaching session was really helpful. I love to hear that. But I also wanted to hear that, well, how can I do better? How can I improve? So when I'm posting articles or videos out there, yes, sometimes I receive comments that may not be positive. And I always wanted to express my gratitude because I know that, those kind of feedback is sometimes point out my blind spot that I may or may not have thought of. So I think that to have that kind of, to be able to have that humility and then to be humble about feedback and to stay relevant and to continue to learn because we're in this field of work that we cannot allow ourselves to be stagnant. So reinvent is something that I always kind of ask myself, is there something that I can do to improve and to have a better version of myself when it comes to be a better coach, a better colleague, and also a better parent, a better spouse, and a better friend.
If someone is starting and they look at you and they're hearing this conversation, and what would be perhaps like the one piece of advice that you wish you knew when you were starting that you would share to someone who is also getting started on this path of coaching and business development?
I would like to maybe tell my younger self now what I know today is just continue to put yourself out there, continue to learn, continue to put yourself out there and don't hold back. Okay, it's better to do something and to learn from it, even if it doesn't work, than not trying at all. All right, just get yourself out there and also just welcome any experience because I think that the more we put ourselves out there and then we learn and then we're going to continue to grow, and that's part of life.